Welcome back to the channel, and today I want to talk to you about something I am pretty hyped for, and that is Final Fantasy XVI. Now, back in September 2020, we witnessed the first trailer and announcement for Final Fantasy XVI. Now, when Final Fantasy XVI did get announced, it made me want to get a PlayStation 5 purely for this game. And now that I do have a PlayStation 5, I consider the PlayStation 5 to be my Final Fantasy machine, because my main choice of console is usually the Switch, just down to the portability. When I do get the chance to play the PlayStation 5, I'm usually playing Final Fantasy VII Remake, Final Fantasy XV. But anyway, why am I actually hyped for this game? So the first reason that I am hyped for Final Fantasy XVI is that it is a brand new mainline entry to the series. Now the second reason I am actually hyped for Final Fantasy XVI is the man who's behind this game, and that man is Yoshi P. Now Yoshi P is the guy who basically came in when Final Fantasy XIV was basically and he basically came in, saved that MMO, and it is now seen as the best MMO in the world. Yoshi P and his team know how to build stories, know how to build worlds, as they've shown with Final Fantasy XIV and all the extra content that has been released for that game. The next reason why I'm actually hyped for Final Fantasy XVI is the setting of the game, and they're bringing it back to its roots, bringing back the Final Fantasy lore with the crystals, bringing it back to the medieval ages. And this will be a fresh change to the series, because a lot of the mainline entries recently have been, with Final Fantasy XV was a modern take of the world. You've got your Final Fantasy VII, which is built in a cyberpunk sort of world, and again, same with Final Fantasy VIII, and with Final Fantasy XIII as well. Change is always good, and I think having this setting go back to its roots will be great for the series. As in with the most recent entries of Final Fantasy, it looks to be keeping up with the action-based combat instead of being a turn-based system. Now this doesn't really bother me. I quite enjoy the action-based combat systems which have been in, for example, Final Fantasy VII Remake and Final Fantasy XV. Now correct me if I'm wrong, but the combat director for this game was on this Devil May Cry series, so having a new take on the combat system is going to be great. Plus we have seen in the most recent trailers the summon battles, so you see the likes of Bahamut taking on Odin, etc. Now my last reason for being hyped for this game is the story in itself. Now what we have seen from the trailers, such as the Dominance trailer and the launch trailer, is the character Clive that you will be playing will go through several stages of his life, and you will be taking on big battles, and there'll be a lot of focus based on your summons. And Final Fantasy XVI is slated to come out summer 2023. Here's hoping, and that will be exclusive to PS5. Now, I think I remember there being talks that it will eventually come to PC, so those lucky people with Steam Decks will be able to play it on the go. You lucky. So anyway, are you excited for Final Fantasy XVI? Let me know down below, and please help me grow the channel by liking, sharing and subscribing. But until then, chatty bye.